Hey there, thank you so much for watching. Today I'm going to show you how to make these elegant cupcakes using 3 different types of coloring and nozzles. I'm starting off with a sky blue color, which is Cake Flora's, by the way. I just love their gel colorings. I'm just gonna continue mixing until I don't see any of the white streaks anymore. Isn't that just the most beautiful blue color? Once I'm happy with my color, I'm going to grab my piping bag and I'm going to use a Wilton 1M nozzle. It's also one of my very most favorite and also makes the most beautiful rosettes. Put your piping bag over a glass or your hand and it'll be easier to fill up. Once our bag is filled up, we are going to start the fun part. We are going to start piping. Grab your cupcakes, arrange them in any letter or word that you prefer. This was for a 16th birthday, so I have to have a number 1 and I need a number 6. I just arrange them till I am happy and then grab a little of my frosting, put it at the bottom and underneath each cupcake just to make sure they stick and don't fall off the board once we are done. Going to the other side, also repeating the steps, just making sure my cupcakes stick like glue to that board so when we're traveling it's not going to fall off. It's finally time to start piping. I'm doing the rosette first with my Wilton 1M. I'm starting in the middle and making just a small rosette on the one side of the cupcake, leaving space for our other colors and other patterns, if I may use that word. Once I'm happy with all of them, I'm going to add the remaining blue that I have left over and just adding another color. I'm going to do navy blue in the next piping. So I'm grabbing my piping bag and I'm going to use a different nozzle. Cake Flora, of course. I'm definitely using Cake Flora gel again. Really do like the way they color my frosting. You will see in the steps I'm actually repeating everything, but I'm adding a little bit blue every time just to make sure that I have that perfect contrast to the light blue that we already have. This is also a very beautiful color. Just continue mixing until you are happy. For my next step, I'm going to use the flower petal. It's a little bit wider on the one side and smaller on the other. It makes the most beautiful flowers. Sadly, there's no number on this one. Also repeating the steps, cutting the top of my piping bag and filling it up over my hand. Again, you can use a glass just to pull your piping bag over. Just going to show you quickly what I'm going to do. Having the thick side at the bottom and the thinner at the top, I'm just making little waves, which is going to go on the cupcakes next. I'm starting on the one side and moving up until the middle of the cupcake, more or less making waves from the left to the right. As you can see, I'm just stopping in the middle because we still have a few left over. Make sure your piping nozzle is clean. A clean nozzle just makes more beautiful cupcakes. I'm going to continue with all of my cupcakes. As you can see, there's still spaces left, but we're going to fill that up later, making waves all over from the left side to the middle of the cupcake. It's quite easy once you get the hang of it. Gosh, I just love the way that two colors works in contrast with each other. Now that I'm happy, we're going to the very last of our blue coloring. I just want to go a little bit lighter, so I'm adding a big spoonful of white and you will easily see the difference. The next one and the almost very last tip is going to be the big nozzle, and it's got a lot of gaps. I sadly do not know what the name is of this one, but I'm going to repeat the steps, adding my frosting into my piping bag and pulling my cupcakes back again. Now just dots. This kind of reminds me of those seashells you get. I'm just putting 2 dots on what's left of the cupcakes. Now there's only small parts that are open on your cupcakes. And once we are done with these, I'm going to use a smaller star tip nozzle, or you can just use your Wilton 1M if you have that. I'm going to use white, and where my cupcakes still have spaces left, I'm going to just fill them up with little star dots all over. Some of them will get 1, some of them will get 3. There's actually some cupcakes I think that I added 4 dots to, just to fill it up. It doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, this is just a hobby. It doesn't have to be work. Just enjoy what you are doing. Continue just filling up all of those holes, and those are parts that you can still see from the cupcake. This actually brings your whole number or letter together and kind of blends in. Now I'm just using some store-bought elegant sprinkles. Now you can buy a certain name of this, or you can just use store-bought. It doesn't matter. I was lucky enough to find this beautiful blue, and it worked perfectly with these cupcakes. And that's it, my friends. We are done. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do like this video, ask a question or leave me a comment below. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.